the church started out as a racket, but the followers were real, and the young kids that became priests. But in the beginning, here's where religion came from. The king didn't want, or the wealthy people didn't want people breaking into their home, stealing things. They're the only people that had anything worth stealing. So they put soldiers outside their homes. And a guy came to the king and said, "How many soldiers do you have?" "I have 20 soldiers." He said, "I got a way of preventing people from stealing things." He says, "You won't need 20 soldiers. Give me 9 barrels of whiskey," or whatever he wanted for that information. So here's what he said. This guy was a magician. He can take fire, whoosh, blow it out, and when normal people see that, they'll bow in front. He says, "I come from the one on high, and the one on high can see right through your building. And if you steal things, you burn eternally," or something like that. So the people were scared, and the king didn't have to have that many guards around. So if you teach people religion, if a guy works in a flashlight factory, he says, "There's thousands of flashlights. I think I'll take a couple home." But if you give them a conscience, they don't take anything home because they feel guilty about stealing. But the king steals continuously. He invades another country, takes their women, their gold, their buildings, their people, everything. Think about it. When the United States won the war with Germany, they kidnapped the German scientists and brought them to Wright Field and the aircraft factories. They took the rockets that the Germans had and brought them to America. I want you to know that stealing is another phony word. Every corporation lies and steals. That's why they have fine print. It's hard to read. The fine print is to discourage people from reading that they had to tell the truth. But they can't tell the truth in big lettering. They do on cigarettes now in America. It says injurious to health. Big lettering on it. They had to. They were pressed to do that by people dying of lung cancer. So what we do, the Venus Project, we show people dying of lung cancer in hospital. Real film, choking, not being able to breathe. We show the black lungs. They're pink ordinarily. And when you stretch lung tissue, it yields. But when you smoke for 20 years, it tears when you blow on it. And we show these guys dying, agonized, and we don't say no to tobacco. We just show the effects of long-term smoking. Is that clear? Now if you say, "Well, I'm still addicted," we show other films too, how it affects the heart, blood pressure, and everything. We show people with those afflictions. Do you understand? That seems to work far better than say no to drugs. Or when you show a movie star smoking a cigarette, they think it's smart to smoke a cigarette because Clara Bow, in my day, smoked a cigarette. Or Jennifer Jones smoked a cigarette. You show them in front of a Cadillac instead of a Volkswagen. Show a movie star, top brass, the president, so I drive a Volkswagen. Well, that'll interfere with the sales of Cadillacs and Rolls Royce. But if you say a Rolls Royce is the finest piece of machinery ever made, and show movie stars driving it, that will incentive for wealthy people to want to wear a real diamond.